All right, now we have a super quick session today, so we're just going to dive right into it. Is that working? Yep. Super quick session today, so we'll dive right into it. A few years ago, I was at a lunch, actually, with a couple of top Sony game marketers, some amazingly talented indie game marketers, and there was this moment. Over the last 10 years of my career, I still think about this moment, and that was because we all had this realization, all at the same point, right then, right? And that was that the way we've been taught to market games is perfect for gamers that no longer exist. And that's because gamers' attention itself has evolved, right? It used to be all about the companies. It was all about the big, flashy E3 demo. Gamers were looking at the companies. Maybe they moved onto the print, but that was the early 2000s. And that evolved very rapidly as we became more connected on the internet, as our friends penetrated through faster dial-ups, blah, 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 all that good stuff. We moved on to websites. The ideal example of that was IGN, Rock, Paper, Shotgun, right? Did that game get a 8.0 or a 6.0? That was where gamers' focus really shifted. But now, as of today, right, you look around in the ecosystem, we're talking about Twitch, we're talking about Discord. These are real-time, quick, face-to-face communications. That's the world that we live in today. And the funny thing about that is that we've shifted from companies to websites. And as we get more and more connected, now it's just regular people, right? It's just people on Twitch, YouTube, our friends. Ninja is going to be named the Times Top 100 person. Right? Ninja's just a person. He's just a regular person, right? How crazy is that world that we live in? But we've seen this evolve. And of course, that makes sense, right? Because this might be a classic screenshot of what the regular gamer would be looking at. We're in there, we're chatting in chat, we're talking to our friends, we're checking out the streamer, we're watching some gameplay, not some CG trailer, we're watching some gameplay, all right there, right? That is what gamers are looking at today. But as game marketers, as game developers, what do? What's the standard of what the usual policy is? We say, nope, here's a pop-up, right? We interrupt that gaming experience. We interrupt that with, nope, here's a pop-up, here's a banner ad, here's something else that interrupts that experience of you're not watching your friend anymore, you're not watching your streamer, chat, everything like this. And that's because we've got all of decades worth of companies, marketing tools, all helping us optimize that one last little bit of the pop-up, right? Taking that from a 1.4% pop-up to a 1.6% pop-up. Data certainly has its place. I did some time at Unity on the analytics team. I appreciate data. But look at all these companies that are here to just help you move that 1 point to a 2 point. Right? That's what we're forced to use. We're forced to use as game marketers and game developers. I see lots of people squinting, and that's because these are all sections, right? Not even just regular companies. But how do we get back to what gamers are actually after? How do we get back to what gamers need, right? It's that content, it's that personality, it's that person, it's the people in the chat. As game marketers, it's our job to take this and turn it into this. Right? Even more, right? It's not to throw up another pop-up or to move that around. It's to create more content. It's to create win-win-win scenarios, right? Where the gamers have more diversity of content to pick between. They have more places to interact. That's more streamers for your game. The gamers are winning, the streamers are winning, and the game developers are winning. That's the win-win-win, right? And somewhere along the way, when it comes to game marketing, we've lost a little bit of our path, right? We've kind of forgotten that it's our job it's about the people to take this and turn it even bigger and into this, right? And grow that. That's good video game marketing growth, right? Not from the 1% to the 2%. And the top 1% of influencers are a great way to start this. Recently, we just saw Apex launch, right? They put all their chips on the table. They said, we're going to put our entire marketing budget into influencers, and it worked out great for them. And again, top influencers, great way to start. You'd have to be living under a rock to disagree with that, right? Like influencers and the way this stuff is going is absolutely the case. It is the rise of the influencer. That is the era that we are living in. But adding the 99% of the people is even better. Because if you compare these data thresholds, right, of the most views, the most streaming hours, the most of all this stuff, there's a lot in the top 1%. But there's even more in the 99% and what's called that mid-tail and that long tail of content. And in fact, even just the types of people in this second bracket here, in the 99%, are actually 13 times better. What does that mean? Well, for an example, if a streamer has between 30 views and 3,000 views, what many would regard as like a micro-influencer, pretty small compared to some of those top guys that get 50,000 concurrents at any time, right? Because it's that smaller community, because it's that smaller influencer, that mid and the long tail of content, they will actually convert new players for your game. 13 times better than the top ones. 13 times better. When it comes to min-maxing your marketing spend, 13 times better is pretty good. And that makes sense, right? Because if I log on to Ninja or one of those top guys, you'll just see the chat scroll by. There's no way he or her will ever respond back to me. They'll never engage with me. But if I go to one of those smaller folks, I go, oh, how's the game? And they go, oh, it's pretty good. Check out the shotgun, dude. Check out the new DLC. It's that engagement, right? That makes sense. It's the people on that 99% that are actually going to drive you the results that you're looking for. And so ever since that lunch that I was talking about earlier, right, we've been really focused on, okay, how do we build that marketing platform? How do we build those results? How do we get there? Right? And what we realized was that all types of people, all types, whether it's the top influencers, maybe it's the person at the bottom with 30 views, maybe it's just somebody in your Discord channel that doesn't even identify as an influencer or anything in between. All types of people do more when they feel seen, right? When you say, hey, what's up? They'll do more. Right? Oh, okay. Oh, this could be something. All types of people will do more when they feel appreciated. Right? Oh, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for streaming the game. Thank you for being here. Oh, these are just people, right? It's not another marketing ad campaign spend on Google. These are people, right? They feel appreciated. Oh, maybe I'll come back, right? But most of all, what we found is that all types of people do the most when they feel rewarded. Right? When you go from seen to appreciated to, I appreciate you so much that I'm going to say, hey, here's a new game code. Here's DLC. Here's special access. Here's some money. Right? That's what it's all about. And so when you compare this of the pop-ups of the old world that we were talking about, that we're so used to as game marketers, right? We do the pop-up, okay, fair enough. There's all the tools to optimize that. But when you compare that to the people, right? This new world, compared to the old world of pop-ups, but the new world of influencers, of micros, of communities, of people, right? Which one wins? People over pop-ups every time will win out. In terms of where your marketing budget is best spent, it is people over pop-ups. So much so that people are willing to throw bags of money, right, at all these people. Maybe they get some in-game items, or they give them a crown to wear as status. Right? That's what it is. And the games, when you look around the industry that evolve to reward people over pop-ups, they succeed. Right? Whether that is the game devs at the top, right? That upper threshold like Epic, the AAA of AAAs, Fortnite literally gamified streaming for in-game rewards. Psyonix, funnily enough, just purchased by Epic, right? More of a mid-sized studio, slightly smaller. Rocket League rewarded tournaments of video replays of their game, right? And even the smallest of indies, obviously some of the just most funny viral content out there, like Coffee Stain, right? Goat Simulator rewarded influencers with custom content and games. There are countless success stories where all these game studios are getting more bang for their buck by rewarding the people, right? Countless success stories of profits of, Epic, obviously, $1 billion. Psyonix saw their studio grow from 6 to 80. Coffee Stain made millions. That is the success, right? That comes from rewarding the people. But of course, rewarding people is really hard. It's actually super difficult to do it properly, because I'll say why in the next maybe 3 reasons, right? Reason number 1 is that rewards can't just be for playing. I was a game systems designer on some of the top grossing Facebook and mobile games, and we got really good at A/B testing and pinpointing, hey, thanks for coming back, here's your reward for playing. But in this ecosystem, in this world, it's greater than that, right? We have to say, jump on Twitch. Share this game on Discord. Let us know what you think on Twitter. You have to evolve past just coming back. So rewards, they can't just be for playing. They have to be for streaming. They have to be everything in the game ecosystem. Don't just look at this little world of the game. Look at what can they be in the entire game sharing ecosystem. Reason number 2, sending rewards manually doesn't scale. In fact, it's a really big pain. Even some of the larger studios we've worked with, like PUBG, Fortnite, they can afford to spin up a team of 30 people, right? Not everybody can afford to do that. And even if you have a team, well, they're still manually doing paperwork. You're making sure that you're not dealing with people in countries that are sanctioned by the US government. You have tax forms. You're making sure that their PayPal was synced up right. And if you're a smaller studio, you're going to take time away from making your game to deal with all this paperwork? No, right? Like that's reason number 2 on why this stuff is so hard, is that it just doesn't scale. Reason number 3 is that the best rewards often don't go to the best people. So inherently, rewards are good, right? They have value, and a lot of developers don't see, I have to worry about fraud, right? Okay, so now you have to worry, there's a lot of issues building your anti-fraud system. And even if you ignore that, which I highly don't recommend you ignore, there are other issues. You can just blanket, hey, here's a game code, here's a game code, here's a game code. Yeah, people do that, that's fine. But these are people, right? You're giving this to somebody. This could be your biggest fan. This could be somebody who doesn't deserve it, right? We've worked with customers that will drop $50,000 on an influencer for maybe a 2-hour stream. They'll see nothing. Meanwhile, people in their community have been advocating for that game for months and have probably referred 100 purchases. Who would you rather reward? Right? That really expensive person that brought nothing, or those hardcores, right? Those hardcore fans of your game. So between the fraud and issues regards to just attributable success from your community, well, the rewards don't go to the best people. And so we market our games with this. We market our games with the pop-up ads. That's okay. You can shoot me an email. We can talk after this. I can talk about this for days. There's plenty of conversion rates to optimize here. Happy to chat about that. But when it comes to what we've been trying to tackle, and some of what I hinted at earlier, is I'd love to just kind of, let's paint a picture, right? Like, what if we just imagine getting back to what was important? The people, right? The people on the streamers, the content creators on YouTube, the people famous on Twitter, your friends in Discord. How do we bring it back to them, right? Well, so imagine, number 1, rewards for beyond just playing. Right? Rewards for watching a tutorial, watching a new trailer release, watching a DLC YouTube video, right? Maybe rewards for submitting your playtesting feedback in a survey, right? Rewards for joining a beta test, or rewards for watching, literally watching a stream. If somebody's watching for 5 hours a day, they should probably get a little bit more than somebody who's watching for an hour a day. Right? And of course, rewards for streaming the game, for creating that content, everything you can imagine in there. And of course, as marketers, as people who are game devs, what if somebody brings somebody into the game? whether that's a free-to-play download or whether that is maybe a $6 SKU download, give them a fun code. Give them maybe some money, right? Like, that's what we should be shooting for. But that is beyond just the game, right? All of that ecosystem is rewards that go beyond just playing. And number 2, scalable rewards for everyone, right? Imagine instead of spinning up that 30 people or sitting there dealing with tax paperwork, you click one button and you auto send out to who it should go to those rewards. Imagine automated payment systems that take all the hassle out of that stuff so people can claim cash, can claim in-game rewards. Maybe you're working in developing countries or countries like Korea that love cryptocurrency, right? Like all these different types, you can reward it all, right? And number 3, rewarding your best fans. Imagine that, right? Imagine, don't reward the fraudsters. Don't reward the people that didn't do anything. Reward the people that were attributed to your success. All right? Give them a crown for being the top 100 person, the leaderboards, right? They're gamers, right? Give them the crown. Give them that status. Reward your best fans. And what I'm happy to say is we've been thinking about this stuff for a while, and that you don't have to imagine that anymore. That is Refereum. So on Refereum.com, you can do everything for your game. You get your own page that I just listed and a ton more when it comes to this stuff. Because at Refereum, again, we believe in the people over pop-ups. That is everything we strive to do is people over pop-ups. And we've brought that success to some pretty awesome folks. Games like PUBG with Bluehole, Fortnite from Epic, Battlefield 5 with EA, Bad Blood from Techland, the list goes on. Smaller studios too, like Banner Saga and Stoic, even the smaller of indies of Riot from Merge. And of course, the folks, the people that are streaming, that are creating the games and the content, right? They love participating in these types of events. So we've helped all of those folks join this people over pop-ups movement that is starting to take place. And I'm sure that we could help you as well if you feel free to say hi. For now, if you want to talk about this or anything else or game marketing or just anything in general, including pop-ups, but I'd much rather talk about people, feel free to email me at dylan@refereum.com or shoot me a tweet at TDJ, @TDJ. And for now, I think we have just a little bit of time for questions.